Howdy friends, Amanda from the Happy Homestead here, and today is an exciting day. Today is the day I plant my onion sets. This is the second year that we are planting onions. I did it last year with onion sets from Dixondale Farms, and I'll post that link down below of the exact varieties that we got. But today I am planting onion sets, and you want to do this between 4 to 6 weeks before your last freeze date. So know what zone you're in, know your last frost date, and then go 4 to 6 weeks back from there. So where we are, zone 7B, I'm pushing it a little bit. I'm probably closer to the 7-week mark, but I'm okay. I'm gonna get it done. We have this bed prepped right here. We tilled it. I actually had a silage tarp on it. Do you see that tarp back there? Huge plastic tarp that I had over this area for probably 4 to 5 months. And the purpose of that was to really kill all weeds and weed seeds from germinating again this spring. It helps. It doesn't mean it's going to get rid of everything, but it gets rid of a lot of them because this area was very weedy last year. So we took the silage tarp off about a month ago, and we spent some time out here. We tilled and we put down a nice layer of wood chips to also help with those weeds. So these are where my onions are going. When you want to plant your onion sets and when you want to purchase your onion sets, you need to know what kind of onion works best for you. And there's 3 types. There's long day, short day, and then in between those two, what's called intermediate. Long day onions are exactly what it sounds like. They need long days. They need lots of sunlight. So folks that are particularly up north, like Alaska, Washington, Maine, all those northern states, they need long day onions because they have more sunlight. They have the ability to grow those beautiful big bulbs with all of the sunlight. Whereas those of us in the south, Texas, Florida, mostly short day onions. And then kind of like in between those two are the intermediate. So where I am in North Carolina, I could get away with short day and I can get away with intermediate. And I have 4 types of onions here. Varieties, I should say. Texas Legend, Red Creole, Southern Belle Red, and Texas White. So 4 bundles, all different varieties. So this is the first time I'm trying these varieties, so that's why I only got 1 bundle of each. And honestly, offhand, I don't remember if these are intermediate or short day, but I'll post that below. I think they're intermediate, but I ordered these back in November, so I don't entirely remember. But I have in here on my dirt a tape measure that I have running back in, like from one end to the other. And it's for 2 reasons. Number 1, I want to make sure I'm spreading my onions out far enough so they can get those big bulbs. They can really grow. But also, I'm going to be planting on either side. So I'm going to put, you know, 1 variety on one side of it and 1 variety on the other side. And it just helps with keeping things straight and keeping it spaced properly. So you could plant your onions pretty close together on one side, and then as they get bigger, kind of harvest every other one or harvest every 2 to give more rooms for the ones you leave in the ground. And that way then you have some like bunching onions, like green onions that you can use to cook with. Personally, I don't really want to waste these on green onions. I want those big bulbs. So I'm going to start them out a couple of inches apart to really make sure they have room and I don't have to thin them out throughout the year, or throughout the growing season rather. The other thing you want to do is have some fertilizer. And so this is called bulb tone. You really want something to help get those big bulbs, and onions are heavy feeders. So I'll be fertilizing these onions probably every 3 weeks or so, just spreading some out right before it rains. And I have heard, I used this last year with some good success. This is a 353. You want something with that middle number higher than the other 2, and that's how you know you've got the right type of fertilizer for your onions. So I also got a dribbler here, which kind of helps make really good holes. I need that because I have the wood chips here. So I just need to get these going and get these in the ground. So here we go. They don't have to go in really deep, just an inch or two. All of the white and yellow onions are done. So I did 1.5 rows of the Texas Legend and then almost 2 full rows of the Texas White. So all that's left are the red. He has already torn out a couple of onions. I'm going to lose my mind. All right, I'm gonna start planting the red. It's the next day. I had to attend to other items yesterday after I got these white ones done. So I'm back and I have Marley with me. And I'm gonna attempt to get these red ones in without him pulling them all out. Because I will lose my mind. Oh, big boy. But I'm gonna do the same exact process as I did yesterday, which is both sides of the tape measure. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else, please. The onions are all planted. I didn't even count how many I did. There are probably well over 200. So if you think about, you know, planting onions, you want to think about how many you need. I would like to think that all of these will survive, they'll all make it, they'll grow into these big beautiful bulbs, and we'll have a couple of onions a week, right? So the goal is to have as much onions as we need for a year's worth of supply. And that would be, well, 52 weeks a year. So you think about how many onions you need in a week. So that's why I'm planting as many as I am, with the expectation that some won't make it from weather, disease, bugs, dog, whatever the case may be, kids. But they're in, they're done, and I'm hoping for a good onion crop this year. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Let me know if you're planting your onions anytime soon and what varieties you're planting. I would love to know, because the varieties are the fun part, thinking about and tasting the differences and what they're used for. Thanks again. Stay healthy, stay well. See you next time.